I have my timer over here, so we're gonna set that at 50 minutes, and we're gonna go for 50 minutes and then a 10-minute break after that. Yep, and then we will chat at the 10-minute break. All right, time to get studying. I will see you guys. Oh, by the way, let me know if it gets really annoying. If I have like ambient sound and stuff, I can mute myself, but let me know if you want me to mute myself. Holy shit. Really scared. All right, you guys. What are we talking about? Why are you not studying? Why are we talking in the chat? Bad. Okay, I'm catching up on your comments. What the? Why? Why are you not studying? Okay, if I were actually looking at the stream, when you guys were here, like when I was studying, I would literally not be able to deal with it. Okay. Uh, all right. I am a cat person, yes. Bitcoin is going to the moon. Yeah, I believe it is. It seems to be at least. Um, yes. Okay. All right. Everybody, I realize I'm sorry. I should have explained this better. I will be studying. You're just gonna be staring at my face while I'm studying. I will try to find some better music or like some music next time. Um, if we still want to do this. This is also a trial run. So this is supposed to be like accountability because my problem is like if I claim that I'll be studying something, but I will essentially not do anything and just lay in bed. So this is a way that forces me to have to study, and I'm kind of hoping that we can make this into something that we can all study together. And you have to show up, and you look at me studying, so then you feel guilty and compelled to also study. Anyways, um, how was the session for you guys? What do you think? How do you think about this type of video? I personally, so I'm studying Andrew Ning's course on machine learning. And I kind of skimmed through the beginning parts of it, which was essentially just like introduction to what machine learning is. So I kind of skimmed through that because I guess I kind of already know what machine learning is. And then I skipped to the part where started doing the model and cost function. And I was taken by surprise that he would ask people to start doing math so quickly. So I was just like, okay, I guess it's time to do math. So I spend the majority of my time just like doing the practice question, which it was pretty intensive. Like it's not like hard or anything, but it's actually like it takes up a significant amount of time to do the problems. It's not just like oh like what's Q&A kind of just multiple choice like choose one of the solutions. Like you actually have to go and do the math. Yeah, how was studying for you guys? K trades, it definitely made me guilty. Good. That's the whole point. That is the whole point. Um, let's see. You're reading, Andrew, you're reading Designing Data Intensive Applications. Cool. You study to Dark Souls 3 music and Bloodborne music. That sounds really intense. That sounds like death metal. I mean, whatever works for you. Was I tempted to read the chat? Yes, I was very tempted to read the chat, but I knew that if I read the chat, I would literally do nothing, and then I'd probably start laughing, and then you see me laughing, and then you probably wouldn't be studying either. So I closed the chat and until the Pomodoro. Mm, Jasmine, do you work on Fridays? Yeah, I do work on Fridays. But because I work West Coast hours and I'm on Central Time, it means that I don't actually start working until 11 a.m. So that's why these sessions are, I try to like study earlier in the morning. Alicia, Alicilis, you like it because I have finals this month and next it's not so hard to be motivated. Yep, I agree. So this is for me like studying by myself. I end up just not doing anything. So I thought this might be nice. Um, True, there's tail end, there's 64 others, exactly. So it's like a community. We're all like in this together. Need that late night melancholy music. Okay, so I don't know how to put music in the background, but let me try to figure that out for next time if you guys want to do that. Um, I'll put out a poll if you guys want music or not, and also some choices for music. You're studying medicine, renal diseases, Madison. Yo, that brings back so many memories. So I was pre-med before I was doing pharmacology. Um, yeah. A lot of memories of studying renal diseases. I actually remember most of the stuff I studied. I do feel like studying like math or like data science stuff is really different from how I used to study like science, because science is very like memorization heavy, and I have like a very specific technique of doing it, so I'm able to do it really really quickly with like in a relatively short amount of time. But with like math and just doing like, data science related stuff, it takes a lot more time. Like you can't just cram everything the night before of an exam. Unfortunately, I found out the hard way. Yeah. Um, Tala, I'm glad it made your work from home internship more interesting. Yeah, I agree. It makes my life more interesting too. Um, I'm really glad that you're more motivated to learn. And thoughts on the ML course so far? I think it's, yeah, I mean, I just didn't expect to have to do math so quickly. I guess I was expecting like, oh, like this is machine learning, this is how it is, and then he's gonna do everything I was just gonna watch. But I should have known better. People did warn me it's gonna be like a super math intensive course. But he is a very good teacher though. And I think the questions that were asked are very reasonable because he demonstrates it. It's more like making sure that you're not just not paying attention to it. So you really truly understand what it is that he's talking about. But we'll see. Maybe I will start crying when we get more into the linear algebra part. Hey Red, hello from Russia. That's awesome. One of my favorite okay, this is kind of embarrassing, but I have an obsession with Russian culture. Like literally, I wish I can go to Russia. After I graduated from my master's, I really wanted to go to Russia before starting work, but COVID happened, so that never happened. But that's like my first destination. Um, Francesca, Madison, yep, agreed. Spaced repetition. Francesca, the study along is such a great idea. Any tips or places to find online study buddies for data science? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think there are any, which is why I thought it would be pretty cool to start streaming myself studying, and maybe we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking like maybe we can kind of form a community of doing it that is, streamlined enough so that people actually feel like compelled to study. Jasmine, can we find a course online? Yep, you can. Let me just. Oh shoot, I didn't even start the Pomodoro timer. That's really embarrassing. 5 minutes. I think we have 5 minutes left. Do we have 5 minutes left? Okay, let's pretend we have 5 minutes left for a break. Whoops. Okay. Uh, the machine learning course that I'm doing, let me just send it to you guys again. It's also in the comments. I think that should work. Data professor, thanks for dropping by. Thank you for joining. This Andrew Ning course, I think it should be the beginner one. It's the first machine learning one. And Mohammed, the session was very beneficial. I read part of a research paper. Good, good. I remember when I was doing research, just like reading the papers, I was just procrastinating so much on that. It's like too much jargon, you know? Yeah, should a community in Discord. Maybe I'll put out a poll if you guys want to have a Discord community as well. So you don't just have to stare at my face when I study, which I'm sure is not very entertaining. um, are the courses free? This course is free. Yep, it's on Coursera. Data professor, be doing some coding. Cool, cool. Nathan, any recommendation for math heavy ML books? Man, I don't have any personally. I don't really learn very well from books that I find. I find I learn a lot better when it's video style, probably because I have a lot of issues just concentrating on things. So yeah, sorry. Let's study together more often. Yes, I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to. We'll see how you guys like doing the style thing. I know when I was doing it, I was like, it might be kind of weird if you guys just look at me and study. But yeah, if you guys like it, I mean, I would love to be able to do this because it's very motivating for me. Oh, thank you. Um, I think the MIT ML book is pretty good on the math, pretty rigorous. Cool. Yeah, maybe I probably won't be checking out any of the ML books. Yeah, I just can't concentrate on books. I just scan through the text and it's like that's just me personally. Andre, you've taken Andrew Ning on Coursera last year. First week I fainted. Too many math in this course. Are you trying to scare me? I'm so scared now. Oh no. Okay. Data professor. Ali Abdul has to study with me via Zoom. Oh, that is smart. Which he broadcast live on. Okay, I'll check that out. I'll check that out. Yeah, this is. Maybe I should have checked that out earlier. Sorry. Did not plan this ahead of time. How much time do I have left? Okay. I'm very sorry, but I'm gonna go run to the bathroom really fast. Give me 1 minute. I am back. Jaemoon, any tips for someone starting with Python and doing a master's in AI? Um, hmm. I made a machine learning, like a data science, how to learn data science video. I think you should check that out. I gave some recommendations, but pretty much it actually doesn't matter that much which course that you start with. There's so many of them that are really good. It's more important having a system of finishing it. How old am I? How old have you been? How have you been when you started your CS masters? I'm currently 25. So I started my CS masters when I was 23. Maybe I was 22 actually. Yeah, I think I was 22. Oh, did we start? Did it go off? Oh shoot. Okay, another 50 minutes. All right, time to start studying. Stop chatting. Time to study. Okay. We're done. We are done. I'm catching up on your live streams. This is why I can't watch the live stream, or else I'm just gonna laugh at this. um, how was it? What do you guys think? So for me, it was pretty good. I at gradient descent now and just working through the problems there. You know, the thing is, I've actually done machine learning before. It's just that I haven't actually like delved into implementing each of these functions like as deeply as the way that engineering supposedly does it. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to take it. And I feel like this is a really smart choice that I did because it's yeah, I feel like this will be really helpful. And not just know how to use it, which is where I was operating more at, just like using the algorithms, but not knowing more deeply of how everything was done. Yeah, what about you guys? JDC, you look like you were absolutely lost. Did I? Was my facial expression just like staring off into the distance? I tend to do that when I'm studying. At least I didn't talk to myself. I also have a pretty bad tendency of talking to myself at times. So hopefully I don't do that. Um, Michael, you have to play audio in the background. Yeah, I'll put out like a something to do with a poll of what kind of music we want to do. But I was planning just to do two study sessions today. We're already over at 9:38 a.m. here, but I'm down to chat with you guys more if you guys want to stay. I have like maybe half an hour or so. We can totally just chill. And then after that, I'm probably gonna go out for a walk and then start work. Um, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this kind of video. I know it's kind of weird, maybe, just staring at my face. So do let me know what you guys think. Michael, I think this was a nice meditation session. Fair enough. Well, I mean, did you like the meditation session? You liked it. I guess that's cool too. Um, Lo-fi hip hop, James. Yeah. So, let's see. Hmm. Okay, I'm reading. I look very tired. The cats are playing with the audio cables. Yeah, I don't think I'm tired. I just have like permanent eye bags. I've literally had eye bags since I was like 5. This is kind of the way I was. And the cats are upstairs. Maybe I'll bring them next time. But then they'll just be running around. Um, Humberto reviews, engineering course problems are really easy. Yeah, I mean, currently right now, they're not particularly hard. It's more just like you actually have to do the math problem, so I'm lazy. But yeah, like I don't, it's nothing is particularly difficult right now, but we'll see. We'll see. Um, Miran, I also study for medical boards with you. Oh, Miran. I don't know if this is the same guy that I actually know in real life. I think it might be actually. Paul, I concentrated way more the second Pomodoro. So did I. I was super nervous in the beginning, and then I was like worried that people wouldn't know why they're just staring at my face. So I totally did look at the chat a few times. But second Pomodoro was pretty good. Bijan, I'm so sorry. I'm like killing all of your names. I'm trying my best. Are you currently attending grad school? No, I actually graduated already. I graduated from University of Pennsylvania, where I did a master's in computer science. So I'm currently working. I'm a data scientist at one of the FANG companies. Can't say where else HR might come and get me. But yeah, I work in tech right now. Michael, I've had eye bags since pre-COVID. Now they're grocery bags. My eye bags have eye bags, actually. Um, Gabrielle, also Gradient Descent, 3 Blue 1 Brown has good videos on it. Yeah, I've actually seen some of their videos on Gradient Descent before. Like, I think I really, really like 3 Blue 1 Brown. Really cool. Kalista, I'm trying to work on my very first project at Kaggle, so I was looking at notebooks. Others did to help me get started. It was really nice to have company. Awesome. I'm really glad. Yeah, that's actually totally how I recommend people to start off. You know, just start off with some project that someone else has already done. Build your confidence up, and then little by little, you can start changing little things and just gathering more intuition for it. And then you can start working on your own projects too. Andy, yeah, go ahead. Ask any questions. I might not respond if they're really weird questions, but I'm an open book as well. Yeah, feel free to ask me anything. Okay, Christian. I think that's Japanese. Is it Japanese? I can't tell if it's Chinese or Japanese. I kind of understand though. Thomas, I'm a CS engineer and you fan, but I already saw a lot of your videos. Do you accept LinkedIn requests? Yeah, go ahead. Add me on LinkedIn. I'm going to for the FANG next year. Solid. That's awesome. Cool. Data scientist for some other role. How many hours per week do I work? So it really depends. I feel like my work is very seasonal. Like sometimes there's a lot of work within a short period of time, and then sometimes it's a lot more chill. So it kind of ebbs and flows. But normally I work from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. Because I'm on like Central Time, and I work West Coast hours. Prajwal, do you not apply machine learning models to your work? So I do. I kind of talked about this with my other videos as well. So I am not a machine learning expert. Like currently, I'm doing a machine learning course right now. I have the way that it works is more like I am very business aligned as a data scientist. So if there's certain business issues that come up, I pretty much just solve the question as quickly and efficiently as possible. Sometimes that's like, just like literally doing statistics. Sometimes it's just coding something up. And then other times it could be machine learning if that is what is best for the problem. So I don't just do machine learning or just do a specific kind of technology. It's more like however I can solve the problem the best. But of course, that's why I'm trying to learn as well, deepening my knowledge into like specific fields, which I think would help me a lot at my job as well, so that I have like different toolkits that I can use. But since I did a CS master's, I do tend to feel more comfortable doing like more coding based stuff as opposed to math based things. I hope that answered your question. PyTorch. Yo, PyTorch. I know. Could you share a little about your master's experience? I actually have a video coming out soon. It's all about my computer science master's experience. So do check that out. I have a few other ones that I released before. I have an interview that I did with Arvin, who is the director of the master's program that I attended. But it's specific for people who don't have a computer science background, though, like myself. Yeah. Dr. Stashi, I'm trying to break into data science, although I have a lot of knowledge. Physics student. There are physics people who become data scientists. It's actually a really, really common path. I've seen so many of them. Yeah, my recommendation, I mean, you're doing your final year project in medical imaging and deep learning, so I'm assuming that's going to be with a professor, right? So I always recommend if you're working with a professor and if you can actually get a paper out of it, that is like hardcore impact there. That's my nationality. I'm Canadian. To start a Patreon, invest resources to show different courses and compile a top list. Oh, that's actually a good idea. Let me think about that one. I mean, that also forces me to study, which is always a plus. Why did I become a data scientist and not a software engineer? It's a good question. I have a video about why I became a data scientist and not a software engineer. So check out that video. Does data scientist need to be good in calculus? Does a good data scientist, so that's a really hard question because I'm not good at calculus. Am I a good data scientist? maybe. I don't know. I think it depends on what it is that you're doing. If you're doing something like very research heavy where you have to go and actually make your own machine learning algorithms or like tweak it and have a deep understanding of that, I think you do need to be pretty good at math. If you're more someone like me who works more closely with business functions or are more using these algorithms, I don't think you actually need it. Yep. Can you become an ML engineer without a degree? I think it's a bit hard at 18 years old, Casaneth. Like, I think right now your best bet is still to go to college. Mm, yep. I mean, if you guys are like doing this, I actually concentrated so well, and I love chatting, so I'm down to do more. Owlcat. Hey, Owlcat. I really like your name. Do you get paid study time off or funding for study at your fan company? Not now. I haven't actually looked into this. Maybe I should check into this more. But they have what's really good about working at a big tech company is that they have so many internal resources as well if you want to learn, and it's really, really encouraged. Yeah, PyTorch. Man, that brings back memories. The mate saw your video about GS or learning Scala. That's awesome. In Goldman Sachs, it was mostly Scala and Python. Doing your master's in data science with a comp sci data science background. Yep, there you go. You got this. It's definitely, it was rough for me, which you'll see in my new video about what happened, but it's really worth it then. Dr. Sashi, thank you. I'm really glad that you liked it. See you. With do you think someone, Prajwa, do you think someone from electrical background can become a good data scientist? Yes, I definitely think you can be a great data scientist. I mean, in general, I feel like if you have a more technical background, it really is much easier to become, to go less technical. So if you start off doing like physics or, math or electrical engineering, these kind of things, and you're transitioning into data scientist, it really is a lot easier than going the other way around. Like say from like an English major where like, I don't know, like me, like biology, right? It's definitely doable, but you gotta really double down on the technical side. Kalista, when will the next study with me session be? I'm thinking maybe next week. I want to do Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, I think Monday and Tuesday, and maybe like another day throughout the week. Shamir, you missed it. You were doing study. We were doing studying. You were a little late. That's okay. Maybe next time. Um, Red, yeah, right now I'm just kind of hanging out if you guys still want to hang out with me. I have like maybe like 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna go for a walk and then start work. But yeah. Bijan, bye. Hope you join next time. Red, you're 20, good at C++, can't find a job because I'm a third year student, can't work for 40 hours per week. Should you switch to web? Do you want to switch to web? I think that is the best question. I mean, okay, like without going off on a tangent, C++ is very, very sought after in fields like quant development. I think I just know too many traders and people, yeah, like at hedge funds and stuff, but I know like C++ is a skill set that is pretty sought after there because it's all about like speed. But I mean, if you want to switch to web because you want to do it, lots of web development jobs as well. Alicius, I'm saying it wrong. Linguistics background. That's really cool. Are you doing NLP? Gabrielle. It's very hard to become an ML engineer without a master's in computer science. I actually, yeah, I I have to say I kind of agree with that. You do have to be pretty proficient in computer science because I think there's a really big difference between knowing how to code versus knowing computer science. Yeah. Cameron, when did you realize you love programming? Kind of fashion. I don't actually love programming. Like there are times when I get really into coding and stuff, but I think as a whole, programming is not something that I want to like get really good at. It's more data science, and that's actually the reason why I ended up choosing data science. Cedric? Are you working as a data engineer, Fang? No, I am working as a data scientist. Shamir, thank you. I'm really glad the videos are helpful. JDC, as someone who is a risk quant, formerly a data scientist, I think your videos are really good material. Wish I had some of this knowledge when I was applying to jobs at a university. Oh, cool. You're a risk quant. Where do you work? Yeah, I'm really glad. I'm really glad. I'm hoping to kind of just spread a lot of knowledge that I wish I had as well when I was applying. Kristen, any advice for learning SQL for beginners? Yes. So my favorite website is Mode. It's free. It's like hands down, in my opinion, the best resource, both paid or free, for SQL. Ben, did you have a hardcore IBO hardware in your house for entertainment, or you are more like minimalistic in those aspects? I'm pretty bad. I don't even know what that is. What is that? So I think the answer is no. Guess I'm quite technologically minimalistic, even though I work in tech. Michael, how would it be to make your own Discord channel? Yeah, you guys interested if I do a Discord channel? If you are, I totally could. I've not really thought about that. But yeah, I can make a Discord channel. LVL. I literally still don't know what LVL means. I'm sorry. So I guess the answer is still no. Christian, but as you for your background in a little bit off topic, but as for your background in some basic science, do you think it's useful at some point to remember at the very detail some complicated compound names that form a greater one? Are we talking about like biology or chemistry? Oh, okay. I think regardless of what it is, in general, I don't think like memorizing a bunch of stuff and just remembering all these details are very useful at all, like when you're actually applying it. Because you can always look it up, right? The issue is when you don't know what you don't know, then you don't know what to look up. But if you know and you forgot about something, you can always look that up later. Ibrahim, can you make a tutorial on real life project, please? Be so helpful for me as I'm all over the place with so many stuff on my list. Yeah, so that's actually on my bucket list. So I'm doing one with Kenji and Forest Knight, but that's more of like a software kind of project. But I am considering like doing some other projects this year and doing like a follow through style. Yeah, so I am considering it. But that is raising it up. Thanks for mentioning it. So that's like raising it up on my priority list. Solid. Currently pursuing a master's in data science from University of Surrey. Thinking of picking, is that in Canada, Surrey, or is that somewhere else? Thinking of picking an impactful research project to be considered for Fang with the professor. Got anything to say to me? Yeah, if you're looking for a research project with a professor, truthfully speaking, just go and email people, like do whatever you can. The hardest part is even getting a professor to respond to you. So any research, honestly, is fine. But it's more important that like the work you're doing is data science. Like there's actual data for you to work with. And I have like an entire, I think you probably saw that video about how to like find a research project. And if that professor is also doing work that eventually will get published, that is like really good, like an extra step. Alicius, I'm doing a little NLP, mostly concentrating in general machine learning. Cool. Yeah, general machine, like NLP is kind of like more of an extension of that. I took an NLP class when I was doing my master's, and that was by far like one of my favorite courses. The professor was really great, and I personally really like language, so that it was such an interesting mix. Jesus, Ponce. Yeah, computer science is different to data science. I'm doing a master's in data science, very different. Yeah, for sure. Computer science is really different from data science. Computer science helps because at least you get like the programming down, but in the data science part, I feel like I actually use more of the knowledge that I had doing pharmacology for my undergrad than computer science. Code Emporium, super videos, love to watch your channel. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. When did you realize you love data science? You know, the thing for me is what I realized I love science. I really love discovering things and understanding how the world works and being able to apply that. So first I fell in love with science, and then I realized that data science is basically science, but with data. And that's how I kind of migrated towards that field. Cedric, why did you say that ML jobs are easy to get as computer scientists? Isn't it also easy to get a data science master's? Yeah, so Cedric, the reason why I said that is because, how should I say this? With a computer science degree, you have a lot more freedom in there's like a lot of career paths that are more open to you. As for data science, you can pretty much only go for data science, right? Where like ML specific things. So as a computer scientist, you can apply for ML jobs, right? And you're competitive with that. But you also apply for software engineering, for data science, for a bunch of different fields. And I want to say that over time, the ML part is getting really automated, actually. So it's as a software engineer, you can very easily use machine learning packages now. And, not that many people are doing like making their own algorithms or anything. It's more like being able to plug in those packages. So yeah, if you are like a good computer science student or software engineer, it's actually pretty easy for you to pick up at least the usage of machine learning, but maybe not so much the how it's actually working part. Kristen, thank you. Thanks for joining. CJ Campbell. Hey, I'm coming from business background, but I'm getting my master's in computer science with a database concentration. Would it be easier to break into software engineering or data science? I feel like the question that you should ask first is, do you like software engineering or data science? Because I completely understand. It's like I just want to get a job, right? Like want to get a job and they'll figure it out. But what I kind of learned from experience, because I was like that as well, is it's really important to actually think about what you do enjoy doing first, because that's what's gonna get you through. Like once you get the job, it's like, what if you're like, ah, man, like I hate doing what it is that I'm doing, right? So I think it's important to think that through, and that will motivate you to get through whatever it is that you're going for. With that being said, though, it is easier to do software engineering than data science. NB, do you think it's harder to become a ML engineer than data science for a CS student? NB, I think ML engineer, like, I think both of them are perfectly fine. It depends more like what it is that you want to do. Any Dr. Merlot, any advice on making coffee? I usually just microwave water for the coffee powder and stir. I'm sorry I'm laughing because that's totally what I do too. I don't drink coffee anymore though. I started drinking tea. Yeah, I'm afraid I do not have advice on that one. RP, what is the difference between a data scientist and a data engineer? Check out my video about data engineer. But the difference is that data engineers do more of the ETL process, and data scientists are the ones that kind of work after what the data engineers are doing. Gabrielle, you're doing a master's focused on NLP because you like research. And you're writing a research proposal. Sorry, I totally just lost the comment. Okay, you're doing a master's focused on NLP because you like research. Your videos have been really helpful for the SQL part. I'm really glad. I'm really glad. And that's really cool. You should keep me updated on NLP. Yeah, maybe on the Discord because I'm really interested in that field. Like I kind of dabbled a little bit in it, but it's pretty cool. Michael, I would join, plus people could have discussions and share resources. That's awesome. All right, I'll start a Discord server. Seems like you guys are interested. Hey, Andrew. Hey, thanks for dropping by. Congrats on your channel blowing up. Learning all about GMC. Shout out to you. All right, George. Discord server. I understand. Tuka, I understand that you're currently working at Fang, but in your GS video, you talked about considering management consulting post your SWE experience. Could you talk more about why? You have a MBB internship incoming, but I'm looking to pivot to SWE afterwards. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's such a long story. TLDR, after Goldman Sachs, I was like, I'm just gonna do management consulting because I really didn't like coding by myself. And I think I was very extreme in that thought process because I thought that if I did data science or software engineering, then I have to just sit there by myself, which is definitely not the case. So then I actually very fortunately failed all of my interviews for management consulting, except for one in the very end. So out of desperation, I applied to my current position, which as a data scientist. And I'm really happy that I failed all of my interviews. Oh, and the reason why I failed is because I didn't know you actually had to prepare for consulting interviews, which is really stupid because you gotta prepare. JDC, risk, quant, and investment bank. Although I'm unfortunately a noob, only have a bachelor's. Cool. Investment bank. Yeah, IB. Oh, yeah, I have so many stories about people at IB as well. Yeah, actually at MCIT, which is my program that I went to for computer science, that is, we get a lot of investment bankers. But it's pretty cool you're doing risk quant though. Have you considered like going to a hedge fund or like changing into something more like quantitative, I guess? Paulus. Currently learning machine learning fundamentals with Python. That's awesome. That's awesome. You should join me in these study sessions. Saw Surrey in the UK. Okay, fair. I think there's a Surrey in Canada as well. 7 Eli. When are we starting to study next? I'm thinking Monday and Tuesday, and maybe one other day after I check my schedule. And yeah, I think this timing is probably gonna work best for me, but I'll see what you guys think as well. Gabrielle, I need some water. Gabrielle, yep. That's the thing, right? Like if you just do your work, you know that the professor would take care of the fact that whatever you're doing is actually useful and on track. What am I studying? I'm studying Andrew Ng's course on his intro machine learning. Yeah, his intro machine learning course. My voice is going now. All right, I gotta run. I gotta run soon. But I will pop into the chat. I'll try to let me just see if there's any other questions here. Okay. Okay, I will take a note of these questions and I'll actually respond to the questions in the chat afterwards. But I do have to run now, and before I start working. But thank you guys so much for joining. Seriously, I'm actually just so glad that there's 90 of you watching right now. I was totally prepared to be like, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and study by myself. But I'm so happy that you guys joined. And hopefully this was really productive for you guys too, because it was very motivating for me. So yeah, all right. I'll be filming, releasing a video next week as well, and hopefully doing more of these study with me sessions. And I'll also look into music and other suggestions that you guys brought up. Thank you, and I'll see you guys